Welcome to sports, everybody. The Bahamas Swimming Federation getting some much-needed financial assistance ahead of this weekend's national championships at the Betty Kelly Kenning National Aquatic Center. We get that story tonight from Charles Fisher.
RBC Swim Nationals will make a splash starting Thursday. Making a big donation to make sure these nationals are a success was RBC, some $37,000.
We are pleased to sponsor the National Swim Championships for the 29th consecutive year, as we believe sports programs are critical to helping young people realize their full potential. Supporting Bahamian youths remain a core area of focus for Royal Bank.
Without question, this is one of the largest private sector sports relationships that exist in the Bahamas today. And what is great about our relationship with RBC is that every year the amount continues to grow.
This meet is being certified by FINA as an Olympic qualifier. 50 international swimmers will be here trying to make standards. This is also a scoring meet with Swift Swim Club, the defending champions.
Really, it's a mathematical event also. There's no limitations on the number of entries a club can have in a meet, so it's really the club that has the biggest numbers that can get the most swimmers to qualify for finals will be the club that probably will win the event.
Not only will Olympic hopefuls be trying to make their mark, but for the local swimmers, this is the start of something big, explains Bahamas Swim Federation President Arjun Cargill.
This meet is the start of the qualifying period for Carifta next year, as well as CCCAN next year, and all of the other international meets we have next year. So that's why we have so many swimmers who have obtained the national time standard, because they really want to come and peak at nationals so that they can position themselves to do well at one of the meets next year where we will be competing. And certainly there are lots of opportunities, and this is why nationals is also always very exciting.
The meet will wrap up on Sunday, and then we will know who will be the champion and the Olympic qualifiers. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
All right, thanks a lot, Charles. Well, after returning home for some R&R during the Labor Day holiday weekend, female tennis standout Carrie Cartwright has returned to Tyler Junior College in Texas for some summer classes. For Carrie, she comes from a family of tennis players, with her mother, Kim O'Kelly, and her father, Sean, both having represented the country on countless occasions. I recently had a chance to talk to Sean about Carrie's double victory at this year's Junior College National Championships.
Not many freshmen go into that college and can win both a singles and a doubles national title in the first year. That is very difficult to win both of them. But I am more proud of her because of finishing the first year and having a 3.65 GPA on top of all of that is outstanding to me.
Where do you see her moving on now? I know she's probably finished with junior college tennis and she's going Division I.
Well, I know the competition will probably be a lot more stiffer on a deeper level than what it would be in junior college. But I know that Carrie's game can handle that standard up to easily a 1, 2, 3 player. I would say easily in Division I colleges against what I know she'll be competing against.
Talk a little bit about how Carrie has progressed as a player as she's come up through the ranks now.
I think Carrie has progressed a lot in the last, say, 3 years, because, you know, tennis, you can play a certain level of tennis, but like, for example, junior tennis is one level of tennis, college tennis is one level, like a different level, and if you go into the pros, that's a whole different entity altogether. And I've seen her game mature a lot in the last year or so, just from playing the college, but she also took a year off and played the pro circuit, so I think that was a great contribution to her going into college after having a year off.
So you think her playing those pro tournaments, maybe CAC and Fed Cup and all them, is going to help her for this experience she's going to go through now?
Yes, oh yeah, that's whenever you play Davis Cup, Fed Cup, or those type of tournaments compared to a regular pro-am tournament, that's even different than playing a pro tournament, because Davis Cup and a regular pro tournament is a lot different in pressure. You have a lot more pressure on you playing a Davis Cup match than you do playing a tournament match. That's the reason why a lot of big players go on the tour and they can have a very high rank, but if they play against a lower ranked player in Davis Cup or Fed Cup, they don't tend to pull those matches out because there's a lot more pressure on them.
Well, still talking tennis, time is winding down to next week's Zone 3 Davis Cup tie in Trinidad. Compared to past years, the Bahamas will be sending a relatively young team, and this is being met with mixed reactions.
I think the potential is there with the players and everything, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not really, I would say, confident right now in who is playing right now. I'm not knowledgeable of who is playing on the team right now as for this tie and what's going on with that, but I've heard some controversies about different issues with it.
Now, we are years removed from the glory days of Davis Cup when Roger Smith and Mark Knowles led the way in challenging for a spot in the World Group, and so the question remains whether or not the Bahamas will ever get back to that level.
Marvin's been doing very well and Devon's been doing well, but the ranking, I guess, that they got to still is not to the same level that Mark and Roger, I guess, were at. I mean, Roger defeated the #1 player in the world, Ivan Lendl, in '82 in Stratton Mountain. You know, Mark has played tennis and been in the top 100 and actually ranked #1 in the world in doubles for many years and took just about every title there is to take in, like in the doubles field of it, you know. I don't think Bahamians even understand what a high level that is.
Well, the 2012 Nelson Cooper Peace on the Street Basketball Classic set for July 11th through the 14th at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. This year, all the fast-paced and above-the-rim action will be back, but there's also a new flavor, says organizer Carlos Reed.
Some of the changes is we bring it into 13 and under. We want to make this tournament all-inclusive. We bring it into 13 and under. So we'll have a 13 and under, a 16 and under. We'll have a 19 and under. We'll have the church division, also the open division. And we tried something a couple of years ago. We're bringing in the females now. So everybody will have an opportunity.
Now, the pastors versus politicians game has been a crowd pleaser since its inception. On the court, though, it's been a pretty one-sided affair with the pastors showing their dominance.
You know, I spoke with the Prime Minister yesterday, and the Prime Minister said that when he drafted his candidates, he had in mind this basketball team because he didn't like how the pastors was taking advantage of the politicians. So we're gonna see some good balling from them this year. In fact, this might be a year where they finally win one.
Now, in terms of the family night on July 14th, Reed says fans can once again expect an exciting slam dunk competition.
We get a couple of other young men that are coming in from all the way in California to participate in that slam dunk contest, and that should be awesome again. Worm is going to be back, as well as Air Dog. He's coming back, and we have a newcomer to slam dunk contest. A fella go by Young Hollywood. You know, he won like a couple of the Sprite championship. This gonna be awesome. Team down with some of our local slam dunkers. This gonna be awesome.
Well, the sport of bodybuilding on the decline here in the capital, and according to President of the New Province Bodybuilding and Fitness Association, Stephen Robinson, in order to rebound, more individuals need to take an interest at the executive level.
If people are not being compensated in some form or fashion for work or time done, I feel as though that there's no interest. You know, you have to love something or really be interested in something to make it work and to stick with it. And I feel as though that that probably plays a very important part in the decline in the sport and people who are volunteering on the various committees.
Now, a lack of participation by bodybuilders during local competitions is another concern the association is facing, and Robinson is fully aware of the underlying reason.
It is an expensive sport in regards to gym membership fees, first of all, eating to gain if you're a bodybuilder, and then of course you got to eat to lose. When there's the competition side of things, then there's the supplement part of things that is very, very expensive. I mean, here in New Providence, here in the Bahamas, to walk into one of the supplement stores to buy a bottle of protein or a multivitamin, it's pretty expensive versus purchasing items in the U.S.
And that will do it for sports, but stay tuned, your weather forecast still to come.